Panda, 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 panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just to throw me in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Hitting the licks in the band. Legacies.
Hey. Welcome in, cakers, and happy 2020. Today is the first day of the brand new year, and there's quite a hilarious little saying going around I've heard a few times. Maybe the world will see a little bit more clearly in 2020. That's one of them Laffy Taffy jokes, I think. Cakers, get out there, build you a deck. Jesus versus Satan. That's what it's all about today. There is a list of unholy cards. There is a list of holy cards over there on the developer update. You've got -1 cost for one grouping. You've got plus 20% boost to the other grouping. Go out there, build you a little deck with some of those cards, all of those cards, or none of those cards. Whatever is your flavor or cup of tea or type of cookie, whatever it is that you're into, build you some fun challenge mode deckery and get out there and try to use your abilities and skills to knock down those foam bars before your opponents do. Now the idea here in challenge mode is 3 losses knock you out. 12 wins gets you to the juicy nectars. So we got 3 more victories to go, and in classic fashion, we've got 2 white knuckle red X's up there. Those were a 2-2 start for us today, and we've got to go all the way to the end with 2 losses the whole way. Oh my goodness, cakers, what a fun journey it's been into the battle arena challenge mode style. We shall go, cakers. And of course, as we always want to remind you, please don't forget to bring your towel, cakers. Come on in here with that towel. Let's do this powwow. Let's get her started, eh? The first powwow of 2020. From Arena Galactica, we've got only kavata. That's one of them words Rusty Whore can't say. Now here we're going to see some fun superhero cards. We'll get to see how awesome the superhero cards are in challenge mode. These guys are super OP. Now let's take a quick gander here. We've got a slow cards coming at us today. We're going to get rid of that little kite in the air, and we're going to let this come over to our side of the battle arena. Here comes the dog poo. And the Douglas even. Oh goodness, the Douglas, the dog poo. We lose a bar to a Douglas and a dog poo. Now again, cakers, don't let that scare you none too much, because we're going to build up a nice push here. We're going to get all the way across that battle arena, and believe it or not, we're going to wind up taking all 3 of these bars today. Now again, just showcasing how awesome these superhero cards can be in the challenge mode arena here, as our opponent is running a nice little red and purple deck. The Dougie got us right in the meat bag though. He took one of our precious little bars. The little super fart comes out. It says, hey, I'm a card too. I only cost 2 points, and I'll make your dudes fly backwards just a little bit. Now we're able to get over there on that new kid, and of course Priest Maxie's going to be the one to bite the dust. So we'll bring that Priest Maxie right back. And we're going to save our little Princess Keene, save our little underpants gnomes for right now, just in case that little Dougie comes out one more time. We've got a nice amount of energy now. I think we could push forward. Let's use our Terrence and Phillip here as the little tiny baby is getting beat on by the stand. Keene makes it to the new kid, gets a few hits in there as the little tiny chomper from the stand takes down the Belf. So the super fart comes right back in. We are sitting on the energy right now, as we don't really need to push too far forward. And a lot of folks would necessarily burn that energy and just keep pushing forward. They want the top of the charts on the leaderboard here for the challenge mode. And if you're familiar with Rusty Horror and his channel, for me it's just all about 12 juicy little green packs of nectar. We want to get those things opened, and it's it's a secondary awesome sauce if we're able to make it anywhere close to the top portions of that leaderboard out there in challenge mode. We'll earn far more nectars playing 10 or 15 or 20 challenge runs, earning those 12 wins, than we necessarily will doing it once or twice and getting over there to that juicy nectar just a time or two. Now we're going to use our Leanne here. We didn't have our unholy combustion ready, and I don't know, we're kind of committed to it already. So we've got a little Keeney up here bashing us with his little shield and such. And we'll show you here why this little kite in the air is just too crazy. Leanne over there gonna wind up taking a bar from us today. Gonna turn our garrison into a chicken even. Oh my goodness. Oh my. What awesome pro plays by Rusty Horror today, cakers. We're gonna have to come back in this one here. Branson's beating us up right now. Bryson's beating us up right now. We're gonna have to make a solid comeback here against these crafty superhero cards. The mosquito over there. Of course you see the nice little freeze you up stand as well. He's body blocked himself on that Tupperware, but he's going to wind up taking down our Terrence and Felipe. Little Blood Elf Bebe going to get mind controlled. Oh my goodness, what's happening here, Kagers? This is the craziness happening. We've got a minute and 28 seconds. We've got to rush over there towards that new kid. We have got to beat that new kid up some. We've got a little Nathan down there. Of course, we're going to use our witch garrison here. The little Ikes over there going to do their best to get all saucy and such if they can. But that one cost power bind is just too much today. Out comes the Warboy Twerk. Oh my goodness, cakers. What a comeback victory we're seeing today against the nice Bryson here. A good game, a well played to you, my friend. A big charge in the beginning, and we wind up coming in here in the end and sucker punching him in that new kid. Nice levels on his cards, a very low elo, but quite a nicely played match there. A lot of unexpected cards on the field. Pigeons, we saw some purple superheroes. I saw Ike out there, I believe, didn't I? There was an Ike in there, cakers. Oh my goodness. So into the towel, and the powwow continues. Let's see if we can get ourselves one more solid victory here and get into those juicy little nectars from the mercenaries even. We've got Puppet Master 010. Let's have a good game here against Puppet Master from the mercenaries. We'll send up that Princess Keeney straight away. And we see a fat ass today. So we have got to draw these cards over to our side of the field. We can't let that Priest Maxi and that Witch Garrison, we can't let that big old Randy sit there behind that fat ass. Okay, we see some purple and some green cards today. This is like that McDonald's commercial, y'all. It's like we're loving it. So much style. Let's go ahead and get our Terrence and Felipe right up here involved. We're going to lose some cards as the shields come into play. And of course, a nice big push here. Bebe will take care of that human kite in the sky. So here comes the Randy. We're okay now. We're going to let this play out how it is. We've got a nice little healing card here. And of course, we'll be able to send our protection minion up here, Princess Keene style. We've got the gnomes to overpower here today as well. One of them will get on Butters. Princess Keene comes back, says, "Hello." And we start stabbing that new kid right in the box. Priest Maxie goes into the sky. We'll let this play out here as Jesus comes out. No healing on the new kid from the Jesus. I wonder what happens when Priest Maxie and Blood Elf Bebe die at the same time. You play Pope Timmy Roulette. You wind up getting yourselves 2 range units, and they sucker punch, I think, the wrong range unit. I think that's what happened just there, Cake Fam. The big old sucker punch to the Blood Elf Bebe when we got all these sweet cards right up here in front. Let's turn a whole bunch of them into chickens. Jesus doesn't turn into a chicken today. The little tiny mosquito keeps rolling forward. Let's push those gnomies across the field, and of course the witch garrison here. We'll play into the fat ass. We'll use this DSR, and we'll get over there towards that new kid one more time if we can. This is going to be a close call, Cakers. Of course, the opponent sends out the Friar Jimmy. We're going to use this unholy combustion here. See if we can't finish this one off today. That's a good game. That's a well played. I appreciate it today, Mr. Puppet Master, with the good game there. And the universal I love you sign. The fart. I love you too, Puppet Master, from the Mercenaries. Much love, much cake to you and yours here as we continue and go into the 2020 season. Much prosperity to you and the rest of your mercenary crew out there. Cakers, let's check out the little tiny yellow button here. See that 1194 is way far away from 1458. You've got a nice amount of points all the way through the top 10 there, taking you down just below 1350. A nice amount of players up there in the top 10. There's 10 of them, in fact. And they're all sitting there doing their thing. So, Cakers, let's take a quick gander at the deck that we were using today. For the first 2 matches, we were using something completely different. And then we swapped out a few cards here. Now, as you can see, there's red and green going on. Some of these cards are the boosted cards. Some of them are nowhere close to the boosted cards. You've got Princess Keene in there, that nice little 2-drop assassin, leaving the opponent Death Wish hanging there for several seconds. They can't smack you back after they knock her down. She, of course, is going to do some damage if you place her right before her Death Wish engages. So she's not only useful on the field, she is useful as she exits the field. Priest Maxie, of course, healing up everybody. He's going to be at those boosted levels with the holy cards today. You've got Blood Elf Bebe in there, because she can get juiced up on some of these cards. This event doesn't have anything at all to do with Blood Elf Bebe, but, you know, she's out there hanging out, shooting stuff with her arrows. The Underpants Gnomes as well, just a nice little 2-drop card here. Quite powerful in challenge mode, and when these cards are already engaged and hanging out, beating on other cards that are tanks or what have you, those little Underpants Gnomes coming in and stealing their shoestrings, throwing them up around their hips and getting those underpants as they exit the building. What a sight to see. The Underpants Gnomes, Cakers. Get out there and use them. Unholy Combustion, that's going to cost you, I think, 1 less today, being an unholy card. You've got Pope Timmy, boosted that 20%. Witch Garrison, an unholy card there, costing 1 less. Terrence and Phillip, modern day staples to your challenge mode. I often forget about them, but they serve me well today. They're like 2 gnomes that stand up and cost 4 points. Hang out together. and beat up a couple of people at a time if you can. Separate them if you need to, but that Terrence and Phillip, you know how they work. The Dragon Slayer Red, she's there for when that big old grouping of your opponent cards comes up to midline or just over it. The idea with my deck is to slowly draw the opponent over to my side of the field so I can then DSR all their garbage and then try to use all of my garbage to clean up all of their garbage. That's the idea. And sometimes it works. It worked for 10 straight victories there after we went 2-2. Now again, granted you saw a few potatoes involved there, but we had several great opponents along the way today. Leanne, I don't know. She's like the meh. Do I play Leanne or do I play Sexy Nun Randy? You know, do I not even play a big tanky card in this position because it does keep the cost quite large? I don't know. I went with Leanne because Leanne plus gnomes plus, you know, Terrence and Phillip and a Princess Keene. Man, what a crazy amount of chickens going over there to that new kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, Leanne is kind of the wild card. She's kind of the card that may or may not work out to your advantage if she's not placed correctly. You saw there in my match, we had a couple of the cards that we had actually just placed on the field turn squaw into chickens. And, you know, one or two of them we wanted to turn into chickens because of the low cost, but, you know, justifiable. When Garrison turns into a chicken, he's only 3 costs today. You just talked yourself right into Garrison was supposed to turn into a chicken, Rusty. Good for you, but really Garrison wasn't supposed to turn into a chicken. So, you know, be careful out there with your Sorceress Leanne. If you're using that Sorceress Leanne, Choir Boy Butters, of course, plus 20% boost there. And the Power Bind is only costing 1 point today. I don't really know if it's necessary. I hadn't seen a whole lot of Som decks. Witch Doctor Broken is a visible card on the field today with the particular meta setup. Sexy Nun Randy, you know, Witch Garrison. There's a few cards out there that you could silence with that little power bind, and it's useful if you find yourself, you know, in the right position. I don't know, it only costs 1. You can burn it off even if you don't really need to power bind that fat Zing Cartman. You know, it costs 1 point, so burn it off, keep that fight coming to your side of the field, and, you know, let that opponent go with a different plan after that power bind is used. So that's the deck there, Cakers. It looks like it costs 3.8, but the math is a little different. There's a few cards in there that cost 1 less today, so it's right around 3.4 or 3.3, something like that. Get out there, have you some fun, Cake Fam. That's all I'm telling you. Enjoy that challenge mode arena. Earn you the juicy nectars. Keep that salt off the battlefield. Get a whole bunch of sugar. Put it in a big old spoon and eat it right up. Have you a sugar-filled, salt-free day out there in that challenge mode. Battle arena. It's the first day of the year, Cakers. Celebrate. Have a good time. Remember, stay humble in defeat. Stay humble in victory. That's the name of the game, Cakers. Into the people packs we go. Let's do a powwow here, eh? Let's get that towel rolling. We'll get our big old round of battle tokens here. This is our first run through, so it's kind of nice to see a free run turn into a 12-win victory after losing 2 battles right off the bat there and just having a horribly set up deck. I tried to go something similar to what it was last week with the Christmas challenge, but it was too expensive. It didn't feel right. I always felt myself backed up. Now I gotta tell you though, like in those first 2 matches, I did get hit by a Dougie in both matches. One of them was shielded with the red Paladin Butters. The other one not shielded, but again, I had burnt all of my energy over in the corner, placing that Sexy Nun Randy instead of a few lower cost cards, and I had no rebuttal on the Douglas. Now again, transmogrification will definitely help you out with those shielded Dougies that you may or may not see, but you know, Unholy Combustion is the card that costs 1 less today, and that's why it's featured in our deck here. But choose wisely, make you a fun deck, have you a good time, eat that spoonful of sugar, get that juicy nectar. That's what it's all about, cakers. So here we go into the final few packs here. We see the last of the battle. Well, no. We'll get one more battle token pack, I believe. Warboy Twerk, you are so close, my dude. 11 cards. We're going to get you there in the next day or so, my friend. We're going to get one more fat stack of coins. Well, before we do that, absolutely, we got a towel. Woo! So here we go into the final 2 packs. Let's earn them up, cakers. Let's eat this nom nom juicy little nectars. We get 3 Terrence Mephisto, 4 Power Bind, if you can believe that. We get a ho ho ho. Happy belated Christmas, Santa Claus says. 1 Robo Bebe. We get 4 Astronaut Butters and 4 Catapult Timmy. Now, we occasionally give a copy or 2 of him away every day, and it's nice that we can still remain +1, +2 each day on the ones that we earn versus what we give away, because I'd like to get that Catapult Timmy up to a level 6. Absolutely. So into the final pack we go, cakers. Let's open it up. Do a powwow, eh? If you didn't forget to bring your towel, I hope you've enjoyed the powwow. It's been a fun time here for me, definitely. 40 battle tokens, 2 Scout Ikes. We find another epic. We get an Awesemo, the fat ass wearing the box. 5 times the Nathans, 5 times the Terrence and Felipe. We get 3 times the Marine Craig. And what do we got here as a final card? Wow, I'll take that. That's a nice little haul there. 4 little visitors. Thank you so much for that one, RNGesus. So, cakers, that's the deck. That's the nectar. That's the powwow. That's the fun time here at Rusty Horror Channel. If you did have a fun time, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If you want to comment and talk all about how much you love challenge mode, what you did for your New Year's Eve, what you expect out of your new year coming forward, whatever you might want to talk about in the comments, you know how to work those. And, if you want to hit that little subscribe button because you're new, maybe share this with your friends. Let them get out there and experience challenge mode as well. Those little buttons are available as well. To each and every one of you out there, we're almost approaching that 500 mark. That's the next subscriber mark we got to get to. The milestone is just over the horizon. Much love, much cake to each and every one of you for the support to the channel through the previous year of 2019. And we look forward to each and every one of you having a fun experience here with Rusty Horror and the rest of the Cake family as we go into 2020. Much love, much cake to each and every one of you, cakers. We're always going to tell you the same as we exit. Don't forget to bring your towel. Come back, see us on the flip side. We definitely want to do that powwow with you. But until then, cakers, always remember, Rusty Horror will definitely tell you much love, much cake, and until the next time, peace, 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 peace.